Hey guys. All right, let's begin. Hello everyone. I have a question for you to start. How many of you have an older loved one in your life who means the world to you, whose love and memory you cherish? Raise your hands, let me know. Okay, that's nearly everyone. Thank you. My name is John Shoemate, and I'm the founder of Remember.us. For me, that older loved one was my grandmother Miriam, pictured here. She helped raise me. And when she passed, I felt compelled to tell her story, that it was up to me not to let her memory fade. But how do you tell the story of a life? Well, I gathered 100 of her photos together and I created an epic life story video. Then I put up a web page where family and friends could come together and share stories about her life. But this took me 2 weeks to do. And now with Remember.us, you can do a much better job than I did. No technical skills or videographer required, and in minutes create a stunningly beautiful place outside the noise of the social networks, a place that's dedicated to the love and memory of your family. But this is just the start, because in over 200 user interviews, we discovered something amazing. And that was that this isn't about death at all. It's about celebrating life, always. And while these users we interviewed did have people they had lost, they wanted to remember still, they had far more loved ones still with us, still alive, getting older, parents and grandparents with a lifetime of stories to share. And they wanted to see and hear these stories. So on the left there, you can see what we just launched. I'm so excited to tell you about this. It's our V2, it's video stories. It lets you look into the camera on your phone and answer a prompt. So Miriam could have answered, what was it like growing up in the Great Depression? Who was your first love and how did you fall in love with them? And then her family and friends could answer, what's a memory of Miriam that still makes you laugh when you think about it? What's something she used to say always? And then coming at the end of September, the shared library that you're on the right. This lets you upload all your photos and videos of your loved one, and then click and record a video story to tell a story behind the photo. So no longer do you have to go through old photos and wonder, what was happening in this photo? So in conclusion, we have the old way, which is in this current world where most of the memories and the stories of our loved ones stay locked inside our heads and are slowly lost to time. And then we have the new way, Remember.us, a platform that's dedicated to helping your family remember together, to gathering all memories of your loved ones from all perspectives. So, if you can see using Remember Us for your family, just know there are hundreds of millions of families all around the world just like yours. And we're at the start of a revolution of remembering. And what a start it is. Our versions 1 and 2 are already available on the web. The native app comes out next week. We just won a pitch competition that will be shared on Apple TV in the coming months. And we're going viral on social. And Growth Factory is doubling down with us and leading our equity crowdfunding raise on WeFunder. So please reach out and let's get in touch. Thank you.
This is really impressive. I'm trying to think how to word this question just right. So my grandmother means the world to me. We just had her big 96th birthday party. We had 100 people there. I totally get like the emotion behind this. And incidentally, she was the one that introduced me to a really cool genealogy tool called Family Search. And I was able to go back and see there's like 800 years worth of generation, like bonkers. I had no idea. And so I was impressed in that like almost every one of these names you could link to a photograph or a story, but very unimpressed by how cumbersome it was to like dive in. So my long-winded question here, but I'm curious, is there a way to sync these really cool stories to existing genealogical records or tools that other folks use?
Now that is a great question. I mean, because obviously each one of those genealogy tools, Ancestry, the one you mentioned, and so many more are great partners. And so yes, I think we don't have it right now, but we are built with an API, and we should be opening that in the future for partners, for tooling, especially as we reach out to more and more partners. But it's a great idea.
Well, I love the idea of genealogy as a story. Right now, any genealogy I've worked with is more, it's like reading a textbook instead of a novel you love. And so, I'd love to fix that problem.
Me too.
I love the fact that you're adding the video component. I think that is a tremendous opportunity for growth. When someone, my generation being 122 years old, everything's.
You look so good.
I know.
So good for your age.
Everything was done at the photo mart, right?
Yeah.
So we got to get these things digitized.
Yeah.
So to move into that realm, have you thought about a process or system where someone can bring you their physicals that you can digitize at an extra fee, of course, and then help them get started in that model.
I'm going to be honest with you, that gives me nightmares. Because can you imagine a scenario where someone ships you a box of precious memories, and maybe it's not even your fault, but the USPS somehow misplaces it? When my grandmother first passed, I first thought, maybe this could be a business. I was thinking about that and thought maybe that was the only way. But nowadays with Walmart and Target and all these places having the scanning services, you can get a lot of it done very easily locally with no risk of losing anything. So, and then of course, with apps like Google PhotoScan, you can very quickly scan glare-free your old photos. So I think we're kind of leaping over that need, possibly, unless you have like really old VHS or something that you need to actually get off of there. And there's other services that fill that niche. Yeah, it seems hard.
Makes sense. You've thought through that. So well thought. I'm fascinated. I'm interested.
Yes.
What's my investment?
Well,
for my family.
What's your investment as far as pricing?
Pricing. What's it going to cost me to get this put together?
Right. Great question. So in over these 200 user interviews, the average price from all people was $150, just over. So what we're trying is 2 price points. One is $100 up front and $29 a year for hosting. Because imagine, we're doing lots of photo and video over time. Or $299 once, you never pay again, which is testing really, really well. And again, we're pre-revenue right now as we finish the last feature. So we're going to be hitting this holiday season really strongly and testing all these price points out.
Love the fact that you're looking at testing price points, because I think that will help you find a final perfect niche for your product. I think it's great.
Right on.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.